Everyone should have their note sheet, and it should say notes, polygon angles, exterior angles. So yesterday we talked about interior angles, okay? And right here it tells you what we were talking about. The sum of the interior is n minus 2 times 180. Right here. The sum of the interior angles is n minus 2 times 180. Remember that from yesterday? Okay, now today we're looking at exterior angles over here. Okay. Okay, so think about a regular triangle. Okay. Now what is the sum of the interior angles of a regular triangle? It is 180. So we remember that from back when we did triangles. So let's write this down. So 180, let's write that down. We remember that from when we did triangles. Now, typically the way you find out the sum of the interior, like we just said, is n minus 2 times 180, right? But for each, what do we do with this number to find each? We divide by the number of sides, which is n, okay? So I'm going to take 180 divided by 3. So each interior angle should be 60 degrees, okay? So inside of this triangle, I want you to write 60 degrees for each angle. 60, 60, and 60, okay? So we know the interior angles. We know n minus 2 times 180. We know to divide by the number of sides for each. But now we're going to start talking about each exterior. Okay, so I'm going to give you what I think is a simple question, right? Write this down. For exterior angles, if you extend this line, extend this line, extend this line, how do I figure out this exterior angle if the interior angle is 60? What do they add up to? So yes, the answer is 180. A straight line makes a linear pair. They are supplementary, so this is 180 degrees, right? So what's 180 minus 60? How do I get that exterior angle? What do I get? 120. So every one of these exterior angles, 120, 120, 120. Please write that down. So if each one's 120 and there's 3 of them, I want to find the sum of the exterior. So 120 times 3, okay, so 120 times the number of sides 3, what's 120 times 3? 360. Okay, so the 3 exterior angles of a triangle add up to 360, okay? So, next one, quadrilateral, okay? Now, the picture is of a square, but how do we find the sum of the interior? We do what formula? Times 180, yeah. So 4 minus 2 times 180, that's a minus sign. Okay, you should get 360, okay? So I'm doing that math mentally. You need to be here for the notes. So, now each, what do I do with that number to find each? Divided by the number of sides, which is 4. So each angle is 90 degrees. Now it's kind of obvious by looking at it. For a regular quadrilateral, we call that a square. Each interior is 90s. 90, 90, 90, right? Okay, now we're going to extend the lines again. Extend, 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 extend. This angle right here on the outside, if this is 180, what's 180 minus the interior angle 90? You know, it's also 90, right? So, we're going to write that on the outside here. So 90, 90, 90, 90. So for each exterior right here, I get to put 90. And since I have how many how many exterior angles are there? 4. If each of them is 90, the sum is 90 times 4, which is what? Interesting. What have you noticed so far? So far, they're both 360. Let's see if that happens again. Sorry, did anyone still need this? Give you a second. We're going to move on to the next one. What is that figure on the bottom of that page? It's a regular what? Pentagon. All right, moving on here. Nope. Regular pentagon. So again, n minus 2 times 180. 5 minus 2 times 180. 3 times 180. We get 540. If you don't believe me, you can type it in your calculator. Okay. And then, so that's the sum of the interior, right? Now, each interior, you're going to take that number and divide by the number of sides. 540 divided by 5 is what? 108. All right, so each interior angle is 108, 108, 108, 108, 108. So I extend, I extend, I extend. And just like last time, I'm going to take 180 minus that interior angle of 108. 180 minus 108 is 72 degrees. 72, 72, 72, 72. Okay. So let's write right here, 72 degrees. And again, if I had 5 of them, I'm going to do 72 times 5. Which is 360. So what do you guess the next one will be? Okay, and by the way, what is 360? The sum of the exterior. Okay? Not each exterior. Okay? But the sum of the exterior. Okay? So this next one I'm going to write up there really quick, and I'll give you a second to copy it down. But I think you get the idea by now. An octagon is 8. 8 minus 2 times 180 is what? 1080. And then we take that and we divide it by the number of sides, which is 8. And we get 135 degrees. If this is 135, 180 minus 135 is 45. Each exterior is going to be 45. So 45 times 8 is it? Let's find out. It is, okay? So we end up getting 360 for every single sum of exterior angles. So here's what we're going to write for 100, okay? 100 minus 2 times 180. Okay, we could figure that out, right? We could divide it by 100. Okay? We could take that number and subtract it from 180. Right? We could get that number over here, but in the end, we know it's going to be 360. Okay? So let's fill this in real quick. 17,640. So 176.4. Right. 100 minus 2 times 180 divided by 100. Yeah, 176.4. So that does give us 3.6 for each angle. 3.6 times 100 is 360. So the final thing here, they always add up to what? 360. This is very important. Does everyone look right here? When it says the word each or one, you're going to do something extra. You're going to divide by the number of sides. Okay, so this is different. When you see the word each or one, you're going to do 360 divided by n if it's a what polygon? Regular polygon. Okay, now we're going to, on the back side, okay, we're going to do some sample problems real quick. So flip it over, okay? So again, back side of that front page. This is not going to be that hard once we get going on it, okay? As we wait. Yep, there we go. All right, so on here, what is this called right here? Number 1, a five-sided figure. Pentagon, okay? So for our pentagon, okay, we want exterior angles. Each exterior is going to be 360 divided by n, right? So 360 divided by 5 is going to be 72 degrees, okay?